Hi, hello. Welcome back to Our Unruly Nest. My name is Amber, and I'm so glad that you can join me here today. For those of you that are new, I am a secular homeschooling mom of two. I have a daughter going into the fourth grade, and I have a special needs, medically complex 3-year-old who is doing preschool work because he begs to. So I'm really glad that you are here today. If you find something of value in this video, please do give this video a like and subscribe and join our unruly family. I would love to have you here. We're kind of a safe place for people of all different walks of life and kind of just a collection of unicorns, if you will. So if that sounds good to you, I do lifestyle videos, heavily homeschool just because that's kind of the biggest part of my life right now. But this is just a lifestyle channel in general, motherhood, homeschooling, all those types of things. So I hope you'll join us. If you clicked on this video, you know why we are here today. And to be honest, guys, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. The internet is not a kind place, in case some of you do not know. People can be really harsh. So here's my request to you, okay? I was never even going to make this video, but it has been asked for so much, and I want to share my why as a family of faith. We choose to secular homeschool, but I want it to be done in a way that the vulnerability that it takes to put this on the internet is not treated lightly. So my request to you is this. You don't have to like anything that I say here, and that is okay. This is my story, guys. This is my why. And if it doesn't fit for you, that is perfectly fine. In my heart, we can still be friends because you can do you and I can do me, and everybody can get along because us all being different, in my opinion, is what makes the world a better place. So I beg, actually. It has taken a lot for me to want to share this level of vulnerability with the internet. And by the time I get to the end of my story, you might understand more why. So just be kind. If you cannot, think or say something supportive or what have you, that is totally okay. Click off, don't comment, it's okay. Okay, deal? Okay. So here we are, family of faith, and we secular homeschool 100%. No other way around it. And our why is multi-layered. So I'm going to start with the lighter stuff first. One of the first reasons, sorry, not sorry, don't come for me. Our religious beliefs, our faith, doesn't align with any of the religious curriculum that I have seen. And guys, I've looked at a lot of it. I feel that we most closely resemble or can relate to like non-denominational Christian. I have also been told, slightly considered, rather than, religious with a capital R, that we are just, more spiritual. Basically, I don't know that we fit in a label. Shocker, we're unicorns here. But we do believe in God. We do, consider ourselves a family of faith. I think we most relate to Christianity. But here's the thing, guys. So much religious curriculum, it's conservative Christianity. And that's just not what we agree with. I put in my Is the Good and the Beautiful curriculum racist video. I put it out there. I am a supporter of same-sex relationships and marriages and all the things. My entire principle in life is you do you, and that is okay, and I'll do me, and we can still treat each other with kindness and respect and tolerance and celebrate one another, regardless of maybe what our own personal opinions are. So let's remember that for this video, okay? There will be no tolerance of debating, insulting, etc. I respect whatever it is that you choose. I ask you do the same for me. But yeah, so as you can imagine, living in Kansas, probably next to Texas is like the most conservative place on the face of the planet. Definitely smack in the middle of the Bible Belt. There's a giant billboard half a mile from my house outside of an adult store, quoting scripture and about why, I don't know if YouTube will allow this, PORN destroys families. I mean, I live with like hardcore conservative Christian beliefs all around me. Guys, I don't fit. I live in a teeny tiny town. Nothing different is tolerated or accepted. Nothing. In the month of June, I wanted to put out a pride flag because it's something that I truly want to support. Yeah, my husband was like, sweetheart, we probably would have bricks thrown through our windows. Yeah, guys, that's where I live. So the thing is, religious curriculum does not match what I believe and the morals and the values that I want to instill in my family. It's pretty much that simple. I could go through this curriculum and it teaches this, and it's just nothing that I want to mess with, nor does my husband. So again, you do you. If, Abeka is your most favorite curriculum and you love everything that it stands for and it's right for your family, great. I'm so happy that you have that as a resource. Secular works for us because that way we can teach our faith and beliefs separate from education. Okay, so that's really the first reason. And I'm happy to elaborate more if you guys want to leave a comment with any questions. I mean, if you want to know, I'm happy to answer as long as it is a healthy, respectful conversation and just, sharing of minds. I'm not doing a debate. I'm not doing anything like that. But yeah, leave me a comment below if that's something that you have questions about. No problem. You can also visit us on Instagram and you can send me a message and we can email, and it would actually be way easier to have conversations that way. But the second reason, we're getting a little bit more personal here. So again, please be respectful. My family, my life, my story. My daughter, my 9.5-year-old, is from a previous relationship. So her father, we are wonderful friends. He is family to us. Him and my husband are good friends, but he is a self-stated atheist. So when I was pregnant with her, we agreed right then and there that due to my history, which is what we're going to talk about for the rest of the video, that we would let her kind of be organically exposed to just a multitude of things, right? His belief system, mine, all the other cultures and religions in the world, and we would encourage her and empower her to choose and decide for herself, not force our personal belief systems on her. We really wanted to raise a, strong-minded, intelligent young lady who could make informed decisions for herself. And children, if you guys are not familiar, I have my training and background is in psychology, specifically child psychology. So it's incredibly important to me that, my husband and I remember that children are sponges. They absorb everything and they look up to their parents so much. And so subconsciously, without even realizing it, when they are super, super little, they just start to, adopt what they hear and what they see. And so it was very, very critically important to her biological dad and myself that we did not put her in a situation to believe something because it's what I believed or what her dad believed, especially because we are on the opposite sides of the spectrum. So that is our reason number 2. I'm the one that does the homeschooling for both my daughter and my son. My son is from my marriage here. And so it would be very, very confusing to try to teach my daughter one way while also trying to teach my son a different way when, we're all together and we're all doing homeschool together. So nobody has time and energy for that. But again, going back to the first point, I haven't found a religious curriculum that identifies remotely to what we believe in my home. So again, you do you, we do us. But yeah, so okay. The third reason is the trickier one. To be honest, I feel a little sick to my stomach. But here's the thing. I'm going to trust that you lovely, amazing people watching are going to either have a similar story and you're going to understand and it's going to resonate with you. And great if it does. I'm right there with you. And if it's something that you just can't even fathom, you're like, what is this lady talking about? No problem. Feel free to click off. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. But yeah, so be kind, guys, please. This is hard. Like, I feel like the anxiety just like crawling up my throat. I have, let's see if I can say this without crying. I carry a lot of trauma. I was raised in heavy, heavy religious abuse. I'm going to be very selective about what I say and what I share, and I hope so much that you can understand that to put this out on the internet for literally anyone to see, including the people that abused me for multiple decades in the name of religion. I have no way to know if they would see this. So I have a lot of religious trauma. I was raised it's harder than I thought. My apologies. I was raised non-denominational Church of Christ, but it was so conservative. It was wielded as a weapon of abuse and control. Full disclosure, it's how I ended up in psychology as a field. I had so much trauma. I was so angry at the world. And I mean, of course, I didn't realize it at the time, guys, but I was so full of pain and anger. And at the time, not recognizing that it was the people in the church, and in this case, my family and my extended family and my whole community, I blamed God because I was taught, right, that all of this was coming from God. It was God's will. So I spent my entire 20s believing that I hated God because, he was horrible. No. In my opinion, God is not horrible. I believe now that God is good and God is merciful and God is great, but that people, specifically narcissists, who hide under the faith umbrella and use their beliefs as a justification to be manipulative, controlling, abusive, oppressive. Yeah, so that's about all I'm going to say about that, because otherwise I'm either going to throw up or bawl at the same time, probably. This is not easy to talk about, but I care about my viewers and about my subscribers. You guys are becoming a family to me, and I want you to understand that when I get these comments, I got a comment from a poster, I think her name was She Gathers. I have responded to every single comment on my videos thus far, either physical comment, conversation. After all, that's why I created the space, right? So that we could have a community. If I can't really necessarily add any dialogue, to anything to enrich the comment, I at least, acknowledge it, like, heart. She Gathers left me a comment. It is the only comment to date that I have not responded to in some way. And every time I sign in to YouTube Studio, it is sitting there staring at me. And my husband's like, just delete it. And I'm like, no, because I want everybody to feel safe here in this space, even if it's trauma triggering for me. But yeah, her comment, I'm assuming it's a she, was that it's really disheartening, and there was like a broken heart emoji and like a sobbing face. It's very disheartening that I claim to be a person of faith, but go completely against what the Bible teaches. This was on the Is the Good and the Beautiful video. Is it racist? Where I said flat out, I support, the LGBTQIA plus community openly, happily. Yeah, so guys, I get that a lot. And my fellow subscribers and viewers that are YouTubers as well, I'm sure you do too. So here's the thing. This got a little dark and I didn't mean for it to, but I believe I'm never going to find a religious curriculum that fits my belief system and the morals and the values that I want to instill in my children. That's number one. Number two, surprise, my daughter has a different biological dad, is what it is. Works for us. We're all close. It's great. And yeah, he is an atheist. And as a co-parent, I choose to respect his values, and that she knows, obviously she lives in my home full time, she knows how my husband and I feel, what our truth is, what we believe. We have very open and honest conversations. She is 9.5, almost 10, going on about 20, as I have mentioned. She knows quite a bit about my upbringing, the religious trauma and the abuse, and why I feel the way that I feel. Yeah, we have conversations. We sing. We do not hide her from our faith. But again, there's no open and go curriculum that I'm going to be able to find that's going to teach the things that match or align with my and my husband's belief systems, let alone then to factor in her biological dad being an atheist. So we will teach evolution. We will teach, creation. We'll do it all. And we will empower our children to make informed decisions for themselves. I'm not going to teach her what she should believe. I'm going to present her with all the things that people believe. As a matter of fact, my husband specifically, mythology. It's like his favorite thing in the world. They talk about it all the time. We want her to be well-rounded and then to decide for herself. And then the third reason, which is the hardest one to share, but honestly, it's the biggest reason, and that is the religious trauma that I carry, the religious abuse that I was drowned in when I left the church at 18, the moment that I could. And please keep in mind, I'm leaving out loads and loads of experiences and constant abuse from the people that were supposed to be my safe places, my parents, my grandparents, my siblings. So religious persecution is something I would never wish on anyone. And I think it's important to remember that even right here in the US, guys, I'm almost 39. Okay. It's not like, this was decades and decades ago. It's still going on today. And it's not okay. And so because of that, I have zero desire to attempt, again, don't come for me, my opinion, my story, be kind, you do you, I respect that, but I have zero desire to repeat with my children what I went through. I am not going to tell them who they have to be, who they have to love, who they can or cannot love, how, to a degree, but how they should or should not dress, whether or not they can ever step foot in a swim pool, whether or not, they can ever put on a swimsuit, whether or not they can cut their hair, whether or not their head can be exposed, whether or not they can eat what they can eat, all because God is going to come down and strike them down. No. So we choose secular curriculum. We love secular curriculum because it is just that. It is an education. It is core values, core knowledge, and then we, in my home, talk about, discuss, share the various things that we believe in and why. But we absolutely always leave room for the dialogue that they are to decide for themselves, and we will always support and respect whatever it is that they choose. Guys, that's my story. That's my why. Please be kind. If you found something of value here today, please like and subscribe. Join the Unruly family. I would love to have you here. And just know, sorry, not sorry, if you're disrespectful, you can have a differing opinion. I left the she gathers comment there. It is like a thorn in my side, but I left it because she was respectful. Do I agree? Nope. Does it make my heart sad? Does it trigger my trauma? Yep. But I stand by that this will remain a safe place where differing opinions are welcome as long as they are respectful. So chime off in the comments. Let's have a conversation. And to be honest, I am cautiously curious if any of you have a religious abuse story. It's not something that is widely discussed, and yet it is every bit as traumatic as any other abuse, in my opinion, if not more so. If this is something that resonates, if there are enough of you that share, sadly, I'm sorry, this background, I would love to make more videos on the topics. I have spent about 13 years doing the work, learning, healing. I have accumulated a tremendous amount of resources, and if I can be of help to any of you that are suffering from religious trauma or religious abuse, I would love to do that for you, because I had no one. I had to start from nothing to figure out why I was so angry and why I lost my family and everything that I held dear just because I had an opinion that was different, because bad company corrupts good morals. So you have to disassociate. To be honest, it was cult-like, like Scientology. I mean, very, very cult-like. So, but yes, this is something that I've done a lot of work on, and it's a scar that I will carry forever. It is one of the many reasons that I was very hesitant to make this video, but enough of you asked, so I wanted to share it with you. And to be honest, I cannot say this enough. Making Everyday Magic, Shauna, she made a video about this about a year ago. I watched it probably 20 times. It inspired me to share my story. because we can still be friends. Shauna is proof of that, guys. You do you, I do me, and we can learn from each other, and the stuff that we don't agree on, we can just walk away, and that is okay. And that's what I wish the world was more of, just tolerant and acceptance. So if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. Thank you for getting to know me a little bit more. I appreciate you. And if nobody has told you today, I want to be the one to tell you that you are enough, exactly who you are, exactly how you are. And I'm so glad that you were here today, friend. I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.